Praise the Lord, everybody. We're in Malibu, my very favorite city in America.
Whoop, whoop.
We're going to take you on a tour of where I used to live in my car. And it's very cool because I'm riding in a Honda, which is good. And when I used to live here, it's a very small piece of property. But it's, these places here cost millions and millions of dollars. It's very, very expensive. And there's rattlesnakes in this area as well. Yep, rattlesnakes, and they have signs in Malibu. Yeah, look at all the cars. You see the Lexus, Mercedes,
Chevys.
yeah, okay, look at this. Telsa, you know, this is where the very rich and famous live, and there's another Telsa. I used to have a ministry here to reach the celebrities, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. Okay, praise the Lord. This is where I hung out all the time, and I'm gonna have, look at this view here. Now, supposedly Mel Gibson has a Catholic church on top there. Take a right here. This is called Malibu Country Mart, and this is where I heard that the celebrities hang out. So I would come down here, even take baths in the sinks down here, hang out at the Starbucks. I'd take baths in sinks over here, just while I was living in my car. But let's turn down here. This was my very first encounter with a celebrity, was right over here one morning. I was wearing my Trust Jesus t-shirt. I was parked in the back, and I was right over here at this restaurant walking by, and Jerry Seinfeld was sitting on the outside. And I was like, wow. So yeah, he was having breakfast down here. And it's very possible we'll see somebody today. We're down here looking for my homeless friend David, but I've met Pierce Brosnan down here getting some Mexican. I've met several people because this is their community, so they hang out here. You can park anywhere you want. I'm just going to kind of walk you around here and just show you the area. See what's happening here. And then there's one more spot I want to show you. This is my home, people. This is where I spent a lot of time, and God gave me a burden for Israel living down here. Okay, hey everybody, I'm in Malibu Country Mart here, and this is where I hung out all the time a few years ago when I lived here in my car. And they used to have a pole right here, and I would sit right here and charge my cell phone. I don't know, that might be Kenny G. That looked like some pretty curly black hair. Kenny G's a famous saxophone player, and he gets his hair done over there. So that might be Kenny G. Yeah, he gets his hair done down there. I preached to him. But right here, I was sitting one day charging my phone, and I heard this awesome Irish accent. This place used to be Mexican, and I was like, no way, it's Pierce Brosnan. So after he got his food, I followed him in a parking lot all the way over there, preaching the gospel to him, and he rolled his window down to talk to me. So it's quite exciting. Over here, now, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because you're gonna, many of you are gonna buy my book that's coming out soon, and you'll hear the stories that I tell in the book, and you'll want to know what it looks like. So, by seeing what I'm talking about, you'll then know. I'm just kind of looking right now. You'll know what I was talking about. So when I met Adam Sandler a few years ago, he was like right here, and the swing set was right here. So he was sitting like right here, and his two little children were right there. So I just sat down. This is where I met Adam Sandler. And when his yeah, right here. So when his wife took the two little girls to the bathroom, he came over here, and that's when I went over and started talking to him. And that was the day that God just gave me a burden for Israel. It's amazing. So I took a Jewish roots class, but never got a burden for Israel. It was when I came down here and just saw so many Jews. I mean, it was like I was meeting them. But my first really experience with the paparazzi was right here.
Now, was Adam Sandler, was he open to you?
Yeah, Adam was the nicest celebrity I've ever met. But right here one day, there were lots of paparazzi, and I was like, what are you guys doing, you know? And over here sitting down was Tori Spelling. And I said, well, why aren't you taking a photo? And they said,
to Aaron Spelling?
Yes, it's his daughter. Yeah. So they were waiting for her to get up to get the photo of her pregnant, because a pregnant photo is better than her just sitting there.
Oh.
So I followed her to her car with her husband and kids and preached the gospel to them. And then they were back here the next day, and I talked to her husband about, you know, I'm a missionary, I'm just sharing the gospel, and he was really nice to me. Yeah. So there's a lot of scandals out here with some of these people, but they're just like normal people. They want to play with their kids on the playground too.
Yeah, but they probably don't want to be bothered either by, you know, us regular folks. Like, you know what, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm with my family. Give me some privacy, right?
Yeah. Well,
what do you expect when you're famous?
Yeah.
What do you expect?
But exactly, when you're famous,
Yeah, what do you expect?
you have to deal with this. This is part of it.
You're famous because of us.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
You're famous because of us. We made you famous.
Now, a lot of times when I didn't know where to charge my phone, there's a bush right under there with an electric charger. I would charge it there. It's kind of funny.
Here?
Yeah, there's a charger in the bushes somewhere right there. You see it? Yeah, it's still there. See, homeless people know where to charge their stuff. Yeah.
It's still there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There is.
So, now this place right here is extremely expensive. But this is the Coffee Bean, and this is where I met Dean Cain that plays Superman. He was standing right here on his cell phone. And I've seen some other pretty popular people out here as well. The guy from Frasier, he was buying coffee in here one time. Now this is where David hangs out sometimes. So let's see if they got the same workers. Oh, look. There's a Jewish guy right there. Yeah, we would sit out here and just watch for people. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. Totally. I just went into the Coffee Bean and asked them to describe David, my homeless friend. And they said, yeah, they knew who he was. And so I'm going to keep looking for him. Now this is where I used to take naps. I used to come back here and park my car. See, the weather's perfect. Yeah. And I would crack my windows and just take a nap. But you see all the houses up there? Many famous people live there. But look at these cars. Look at this car, David. This is amazing. See, this is where the celebrities get their car washes. You know, maybe some of you don't care, maybe you do, but I think it's interesting. So here is a Ferrari. Whoa, very nice, very clean. $35 to get your car washed. Yeah. So, all right, let's go down here.
$35, that's all for Malibu?
That's nice. Yeah.
$35. You'd think it'd be $135.
Yeah. This is where I preached the gospel to Courtney Cox. She was down here and then walked up the stairs. Matter of fact, I was with David that night, and I talked to her right here before she had a man drive her home. She was very depressed that day, very sad. Her husband had just left her that year for another woman. Very famous actress off the show Friends. But this is where it all happened. Most of my divine appointments, people, happen right here, because I would sit right here with the paparazzi and I would wait for them to come out. At the time when I was living here, this restaurant was called Nobu. Nobu. Now it's changed. Okay, so they moved it down the street into a bigger place to where the paparazzi can't get to them. So not as many people come here, and but I did one time. Robert Downey Jr. came out right here, and I had just told the guy from TMZ the day before. I said, you know who I want to meet? I want to talk to Robert Downey Jr. And he came out right here. I was standing with somebody. The paparazzi was standing over here and was too scared to talk to him. So I got to talk to him, and yeah, I'm recording, and I just shared him how Jesus set me free from crack, and you know, Jesus wants to save him. So that was where I met Robert Downey Jr., and I've seen him twice, but he was going, they have electric cars now where you can charge your car while you're shopping. But yeah, he drives a white Audi. So a lot of these stories, I don't know how many stories I've put in my book, but I put a lot of stories in there. But my heart is for the homeless down here too. Really care about David. I hope I see him today. We're gonna go to a couple of more spots and look for him and see if we can find him. Love it here. There's see the restroom there. I don't know how many of you are going to watch this whole thing, but I like it. This is my home. I would park right here first thing in the morning. I'd go in the bathroom and I'd wash my hair in the sink. That was where.
Are they open 24/7?
No, they open in the morning, so I have to wait until they're ready to open them. But because I'd be one of the first people here, I could get in there and take care of myself before I start the day. Yeah. There's a church on the hill up there, a Presbyterian church. I even washed my hair on their outdoor sink before. Okay, so this is it, Malibu Country Mart. Not real big. I like this little store. Okay, people, I am going to show you where I lived in my car the most. There were a few spots, but I ended up making this home, and I even took pictures the last time I was here and just kind of marked it as my spot. So when you read the book, those of you that are going to get my book, it's called Inspired by the Great Commission. When you get my book, there's a chapter on $1 million parking spot, and that will be talking about this spot right here that I lived. We'll take a right here. Yeah, take a right here.
At the light or here?
Yeah, right here. Okay, and you want to go up this street right here. So beautiful, isn't it?
$1 million spot.
Yeah, it's $1 million spot, no doubt about it. So you see, all the flowers that were on my street. This is my street. I lived here for free, people. So let's go on up. My main parking spot was right there.
Well, this is a dead end.
At the dead end, I would park my car right there. So this is what I woke up to every single day. Oh my goodness, is it not beautiful? So I would park right here, and if somebody was staying there, sometimes their lights would bother me, but it was rare that somebody would see me there. And if they did see me there, I would just, I would move for the night or something, but I'd always come back, and it'd usually be somebody like walking a dog or something. But yeah, this was home in Malibu, California, that spot. When I would leave church over in Ruben's house in Los Angeles area, I would drive many times the 30 miles. My biggest advice for anybody that's going to live in their car is make sure you sleep somewhere that you like waking up in the morning, because that personally affected me. Like, you know, I've lived in my car now 5 years, and of course I'm gone most of the time now, but no, we'll just go back this way. And so, you know, I remember one week I lived in Walmart parking lot for a solid week, and I got very depressed. But it's like, if you're over here, it's so beautiful, the weather's perfect, and you know, I just kind of shifted my focus to think on things that were lovely. And man, it's just beautiful, people. Malibu, according to these signs, is only 25 years old. I did not know that. So, yeah, so if you see me with a Malibu t-shirt on in my preaching videos, it's because I'm thinking about home. I know that Chattanooga, Tennessee is where my family lives, but this is home to me. Okay, this is Pacific Coast Highway, Highway 1. Very beautiful. See how nobody is on the beach? Okay, there's one guy, but you'll see a camper here. So you'll see a lot of these kind of campers. These are people homeless living in their campers, and they'll just find places to go at night and park and live, so they don't have to pay rent, and they just want to, you know, be surfers.